The time is here. The grand finals of the UMG South Carolina 100K tournament. Luminosity Gaming versus Rise Nation. And Revan, I'm going to be up front with you. Saying that first team has surprised me.
Yeah.
This Luminosity squad has shown up this weekend, proved that they are definitely a strong team on land. Now, though, going up against a hot Rise Nation who just came off another victory. This is a series that can go all the distance, so grab a snack, take off your pants, and watch some Call of Duty because it's going to be a great matchup.
I got my pants off here behind the caster desk.
So do I.
A little too much information for the stream, but this has been such an exciting weekend so far of Call of Duty. Each and every match that these teams have played culminates into this last one that we'll see on stream.
Yep.
And as you were saying, everybody seems to be surprised to see Luminosity here in the finals. They've had their struggles online, but it looks like these guys have really gelled together when it comes to LAN.
Oh, definitely. And there's a look at the boys in the booth who will wind up making sure everything's good for you, team name-wise, which it does appear so. The match should get started for you. Now, let me quickly break down the maps we'll be seeing in this grand finals. To kick things off, it'll be Stronghold Hardpoint, Fringe Search and Destroy, Evac Uplink, Breach CTF, Hunted, Search and Destroy, Evac Hardpoint, and then Stronghold, Search and Destroy. So we are into the Ban and Protect phase for map number 1. And off the start, the Shiva is the first thing off the board.
Yeah, it's going to be high caliber to follow that one up. And for the most part, I expect this phase to go pretty standard. Rapid fire, that's going to get taken out by Saints. I expect to see the tacticals get banned out by Rise. And as I say that, there goes the flashbang from Slack. Expecting to see the concussion as well, maybe kinetic armor to follow that up.
Now, wondering really kind of what the game plans are for these two teams. You mentioned how Rise, big fans of eliminating those stun and then kind of flashbang grenades to ensure that they just have gunfights on the map. On the other side of things, though, Luminosity, one of the teams that I've seen better use their specialists so far this weekend. And Revan, you oohed there at the stock. Thought process behind that from replays.
Well, it's obviously attacking the assault rifle players of Rise. So, you know, somebody like Octane might be a little less effective, but this guy's been going off all weekend long. Doesn't seem like the stock is going to affect him too much here.
Oh, definitely. But we also have seen our fair share of VMP stock weapons as well. Through this specialist draft, though, kinetic armor grabbed by Slack. On the other side of things, though, Saints, Heatwave, John with kinetic armor. John versus Slack is going to be a battle through this entire series. Cannot wait to see who comes out on top. A very quick specialist draft there. The difference between the two teams? No. Well, there isn't one because it's a mirror matchup. Revan, looking at these two squads, I want you to fully break down the 4 players on each side. Who do you really think will be the difference maker in this series?
Well, I think when we were on the couch, you kind of hit the nail on the head. They're like specific players that match up well against one another. Like I'm looking at maybe like Looney versus John, somebody like Classic versus Replay, Saints versus Octane, and Slack versus Spacia. I think those are going to be good matchup, and for the most part, I think it's fairly even across the board. But if I'm looking for one player for each team to go off, I think for Rise, it's got to be Slacked. And for Luminosity, I'm looking at Saints.
Yeah, these guys, you know, the Rise guys have been playing many best of 7s so far today. Luminosity really in the same boat. You can see they were getting warmed up all the way into the final moments of the finals getting started. Did some great little giveaways here in the venue. The crowd that's been here has been awesome. They've been dedicated throughout the entire day. Shout out to you all. Yeah, I want to hear the hype during this matchup because this is going to be a great one. Obviously, a lot of people, you know, saw the upsets earlier today. The likes of Envy getting 4-0'd by Luminosity to be eliminated. Optic Gaming losing to H2K, and then finally FaZe losing to Liquid. Many teams surprised to see that. Many players surprised to see that. Many fans surprised to see that. But these two squads facing off right now should be an even matchup to very kind of similar teams in overall dynamic, overall kind of mindset to the game. Looking forward to watching them perform here on the main stage.
Yeah, like you were saying, we could fully expect to see the series go all 7 games. I wouldn't be surprised to see that either, but no, I think Rise, I kind of want to see them win.
Okay.
So far, they're the only team to have a victory in LAN in the very first one at the Totino's Invitational. So if they win here, they'd be the only one with a LAN title.
You have Classic with a yawn. Look at replays on the other side. He's preaching right now to his squad. He's probably saying something along the lines of, "We are not losing this." And everyone else is agreeing. Well, it looks like the boys on Rise are just kind of taking a little bit more chill. They're ready to go. Obviously, they just finished their match on the main stage. Luminosity boys were warming up in the Pro Lounge. And as we load into Stronghold Hardpoint, Revan, I'll ask you, my one question will be, if there is a swing map in this series that can really make the difference that a team could really kind of catch off the other, which one would it have to be in your eyes?
I think maybe it's going to be the uplink in the series. Okay. So far, we've seen some really good games from Rise on uplink. So if Luminosity are maybe able to steal that one out, then that's obviously going to play into their favor, and it could be a swing map, as you were saying.
All right, well, the match is loading in. As you can see there, it's your grand finals here at UMG South Carolina. Throughout this weekend, we had, 110-plus teams participating on LAN. Now it is down to just 2 to take home the biggest chunk of the prize. Off the start, we're watching Slack from Rise Nation as he pushes right towards top mansion.
Yeah, we all know how Stronghold Hardpoint is played by now. All comes down to that money Bunker Hill, as Looney is going to open things up with some nades. Actually picks up 2. Maybe I should switch over to him as Slack falls. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Let's switch over to Looney and see what he could bring here.
Now, things to watch out for between these squads. You know, how will Spacely wind up stacking up in the kind of slang department? Will he be able to match that of the Rise Nation submachine gun players? It's something that we've seen in the league before. You know, John typically holds his own, but there might be some times where Spacely kind of struggles, known for his search and destroy play mainly. And now Looney's inside the hard point, gets challenged by Saints. Off the start, it's a pretty even match between these two teams.
Yeah, but as time starts to wind down on this current hard point, it's all about the next one as Octane picks up 3 quick kills. 20 seconds remaining. He's going for the 4th, unable to connect there onto Spacey, but he's got Classic here looking over him as I switch over to Classic. Well, he falls, but it's looking like Rise. They're set up pretty good for the upcoming hard point here in Mansion.
I actually really love the Man of War on this map, especially in this next hill. Also in that bunker hard point, it just shreds from that medium range. John using it momentarily. Unfortunately, he does fall to the hands of Octane. A very low scoring first hard point. Reminds me of really of kind of advanced warfare, right? We've seen teams in this game be able to lock down, say, middle on breach for 30, 40 seconds in the first hill. On a map like this, it's definitely tough. We've seen higher scoring ones, but right now, both teams pretty even in the slaying department. John currently leading his team at 8-4, while Octane's doing the same for Rise at 7-3.
Octane coming around the back with the MR6. He finds one, but has no teammates to really follow up this push as Looney falls. He's the last remaining Rise player around this area. Finds one, can't pick up the remaining players. As John, you're pointing out his score. Yeah, he's got the Man of War working towards that lightning strike. Almost has his kinetic armor.
Let's possibly pull up Revit if you can. The perks he's using. Let's see what he's got on his class. Afterburner ready to go. Also Blast Suppressor. Electing to put multiple kind of attachments on that primary weapon. Wants to make sure that the Man of War is as strong as possible. Luminosity getting the better of that bottom mansion hardpoint, and now the rotation will come in towards half wall with Luminosity in the lead.
All right, so this is the second hardpoint in the game where Rise have been on top of their rotation, and they're going to have initial position, so it's going to be up to them to kind of stop that wave of kills, but it looks like Spacey, he's coming around the back. He could do some serious damage to the Rise players as he's just waiting for somebody else to come help him out. As he breaks the hardpoint, he finds one, can't find the second. It's going to be Looney cleaning him up.
It's one of those awkward times where you go for the slide and kind of your hip fire doesn't match up to the speed. As you go past them, they strafe back past you. Doesn't work out that time around. Classic doing all he can to stay alive. Call out this back bunker side. And now you can see Slack, though, switches over to that Man of War, gets an easy 3-piece and the cleanup as Rise Nation continue to hold on to the hard point. They've regained the lead, and Revan, so far, they've had almost a perfect setup for this hill. What has worked so well for them?
I mean, they're just stopping the waves of Luminosity players from breaking through, so as they pick up that kind of first wave of kills, you know, as Octane, he's going off, man, 17-4. He's got streaks as well, but, you know, as the Luminosity players, they come up, respawn, they start to push it and set up to break the hard point. Rise, they stop that push before it even happens as, you know, Slack picks up that key 3-piece. They're going to give up the final seconds here, but they don't really mind as Octane, he brings out the Scythe. He's unable to do really much with that as the hardpoint moves over towards the rocks.
Beginning to wonder really if Luminosity know how important of a kill that was. He was just 50 points away from earning himself a Wraith. 3 do go down again. Octane 20-5. Positive, well, 4.0 KD. He's really the reason why Rise have the lead at the moment. Look at the amount of kills he has compared to anybody else in the lobby. Ridiculous stuff here in Game 1 of the Grand Final.
Yeah, it looks like he doesn't mind playing without stock, but with the Hellstorm missile there, he's going to get cleaned up. And with 30 seconds remaining, this is going to be kind of the final push for Rise on this Rock's hardpoint. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised to see Luminosity maybe send somebody across the map as they currently have spawns in their favor as all the players are falling. Take a look at the minimap. Everyone's now focused on the upcoming hardpoint over near the bunker. Quickly, I want to flip through these players and see what kind of specialists we have available. So we have John with kinetic armor, Saints with no heat wave, no Scythe either for replays. Spacely's pretty close to that Purifier, but on the side of Rise, Slack has his kinetic armor, heat wave available, Purifier available, no Scythe. Switch over to Classic. Let's see when he decides to bring out his Purifier.
Revan, right now, they're going for that back bunker hardpoint. They've got to get themselves the break. I want to go to Elizabeth with Rise and see how their communication is for this next advancement.
Pitching. I got him. Absolute close right.
Back left corner, back left
Absolute
corner.
Absolute close right. Nice, I have trophies.
I'm heat waving.
Hit it, go. I heat wave too.
Bounce. Nice. Keep that flank.
Keep playing me, Nick. Close right. Good shit. Keep it up, Nick. I'm at a tree.
Start
So, pitch.
Where?
One, Z.
Watch this, yeah, watch
Might be
this.
mid.
Yeah, still Z, still Z. Oh, he saw me, he saw me. Last
I got you. I got you.
I'm about to push out with Nicky. I'm about to push out with
Alright,
Nicky.
go. Yeah, I got him. I got him.
Stay inside. Go back.
You guys can go.
1G. I'm pushing all the way to wall. Kitchen. He's weak Z, whoever's on the hill.
Sam, you can go. You can go if you want.
I got one top kitchen.
2Z. Both of them are hella weak. Both of them are hella
Are
weak.
they benching me or no?
No, they're not. They're backed up. I'm going through mansion.
Yeah, he's gonna be at the heady.
Yo, I'm about to flank all the way rocks. Go heady.
Mid-eye, Dan.
Oh, he naded me.
I got him.
I think there's another guy mansion
Hardpoint
side, dude.
identified.
Yeah, he is.
Hardpoint
Top, bottom mansion, outside wall run. Outside wall run.
I'm looking
No. Yo, I spawn bunker. I'm flanking heady.
Bottom,
Push me.
bottom jump.
I'm flanking heady. I'm flanking
John
heady.
is challenging
Yeah,
from
I'm gonna
bottom.
go mansion.
John is challenging from bottom.
Just stay alive, Nick. We have your back. Just play that head.
He pushed Z.
Top heady. Or top bed.
Top one.
Right as we went into that listen in Revan, you saw Rise get basically a clean break. They had one push that didn't work out, but what they wound up doing was they kept one player sitting top lot. That still gave them the spawns they needed, and when they went back for the second wave of the bunker push, they knew exactly where the opponents were staying, and they flawlessly got them 4 dead. And look at the score now as Rise Nation held that last hill in almost its entirety. They've got a full 1-minute lead, Revan, and they're beginning to pull away with
Yeah,
this
you
game.
can clearly see how important that bunker hardpoint is as Classic. You know, he was able to push out the entire Luminosity squad with that Purifier, just zoning them out from even getting close to bunker to try and even contest. And Classic continuing to impress. He's going to have his teammate Looney here set up for the next hardpoint. We're about to move back over to the mansion. I believe Slacked just used his kinetic armor, but Looney still has his heat wave available.
Yeah, Slack not able to get away with his life. Rise Nation pushing the 160 score mark. Heatwave being used actually on top of his teammate. I believe that was Looney who wound up doing that, and he falls. But back near towards this bottom white car.
Nice play.
Great positioning. You gotta love the small little kind of intricate details like that to be able to stay alive. Rise pick up 2 more kills, replays with the sight. We'll see what he's able to get done. He's pre-aiming the bottom A-bomb area, and it's going to be Looney with the 2-piece and the break. Rise Nation doing a fantastic job of ensuring that Luminosity can't chain together, 30, 40 seconds at a time.
Octane's going off, dude. 30 and 14, and Rise's teamwork is on
my
point.
God.
He's about to re-earn some streaks. Ori has another sight to use as he's going to ping the lightning strike. Looks like he will, in fact, call it in, so he knows exactly where the Luminosity players are going to be pushing from. Doesn't pick up a kill. Actually, well, he does, but it's on his teammate. But let's see if Octane can earn, maybe that Hellstorm missile or even the Wraith. Nope, not going to happen.
Twice this game, he was getting closer and closer to those high streaks as replays sticks Classic, and the rotation comes back into half wall. Last time, Rise did a fantastic job of locking down this hill. We'll see if Luminosity can do the same, and it appears they've kind of begun to sniff out that there's a push towards Snow, and they're going to be exactly right as 3 players of Rise wind up trying to get this flank in the back of the map.
That's exactly how you go about breaking any hard point in the game. You play for spawns first, especially when there's still so much time left. That's exactly what Rise kind of had in mind right there. Unfortunately, Saints was able to sniff it out, got some help from his teammates. They shut down that kind of rotation from Rise. As now Rise, they can't afford to play for spawns anymore. With 30 seconds remaining, they got to push in from the front and try to break it here.
Octane does get 2 to help his team enter in. John, though, gets his 4th 2-piece of this game to help keep the hill in his team's control. But finally, the kind of overwhelming power of Octane and Looney as a duo this game continues to break the hill. You can see they're both inside the hard point. They've both got about 1 minute and 20 seconds in the objective, and they're both heavily positive so far. The 2 members on their team that are in the green, the kill from death department. Rise Nation building that lead back
Why
up
even
to about
call
a
him the
minute.
lightning strike here?
I had no idea.
If you're John, there's only 7 seconds remaining. Really not too significant amount of time. As Octane,
wait.
well, he gets the lightning strike. He gets the Hellstorm missile as well. He's going to go ahead and use his streaks right away. He's about to try and earn maybe a Wraith here, and if he's able to get a Wraith, man, that might be game over.
This is his 3rd time being close to that Wraith. He's
He only has
39
40
and 17. We need to start watching him more, Revan. We need to make sure we keep watching him. He's got himself a sight. There's one. Gets
That's
help
the
from his
40th.
teammate on the 2nd. That's his 40th kill of the game. There's no one, well, except for John, that's even reached 30 at this moment. It's 196 to 152. Rise Nation still in the lead. Luminosity doing everything they can to come back in this one, Revan. And I think the decider for this game for me is going to come down to this next bunker hill. Last time, it was all Rise, and the time Luminosity need to change things up this time around.
Looney might choose to use his heat wave here. 2 players walk right past him. He's going to go ahead and pop it, find Saints and Spacely, but he's going to get shot from behind. It's going to be a replay. He's trying to gain early position for Luminosity Gaming as he also finds the kill on Octane. Goes for a reload, but he will get caught, but he finishes the kill on the Classic. This is a key position for replays to hold. The lightning strike will get called in from Octane, just trying to cut off the reinforcements for Luminosity Gaming. Replay still trying to slay. It's now all down to Saints.
Saints, you can see he's got his specials ready to go. He pops one. Can't get the kill, though, as a pure Purifier comes soaring in. There's also Classic in the back of the map who didn't get hit by it. And look at the red arrows spawning all the way out by Satellite. They're going to have to go for one final push. Rise Nation can win off this hard point. So Luminosity, no, they've got to break this hill. And when there's a
what can you
Purifier
do?
doing this to the front door, oh my God. It's a
That might be game over,
as
man.
Classic gets 3, he's on a 5 streak. Make it 6, make it 7 there as he finally does fall. Him and Octane combining currently for just shy of 85 kills.
I mean, if I'm Octane, I push out of the hard point, man. I'm trying to drop 50 here, but only a couple more seconds, and there you go. Rise Nation, an explosive start here to game number 1. Octane finishing with 46 kills, 21 deaths, but the most impressive thing, he also has 10 defends as well as a minute 45 inside the hard point.
That is one of the best individual performances I've seen this entire weekend at UMG South Carolina. The big note on the other side of things, Revan, and this is something I mentioned at the start of that hardpoint game, Spacely with a 16 and 41 performance, only 47 seconds in the hardpoint. Just a frustrating game 1 there for Luminosity, as it kind of shows when Rise are on their peak, when Rise are in their prime. And I was in the Pro Lounge before. I heard other players saying, you know, these guys are the real deal. A lot of times, you know, just because they don't have the massive fan bases per se of some of these other organizations, this team is up there in the skill level, and they prove it time and time again.
I can completely agree with you there, but, you know, one thing kind of working against Luminosity is they were sitting around waiting for Rise to finish their game. Rise is coming fresh off a win. You know, they're coming in hot, and you could see it here. I mean, all their shots were really on point.
Oh, definitely. All their shots were on point, but prior to that series starting, we kind of highlighted Octane, and kind of shows why right there with that performance. 46-21, did not even look back. I mean, things you got to kind of begin to realize is when Rise got their biggest chunks of time, it was because typically Octane was on a 6 or 7 streak. He was getting streaks ready. He was not only locking down spawns, but controlling the map. This was a nice little play from Looney, but kind of an example of where it all really fell apart was when they pushed in for this one final hill. Great use of the Purifier from Classic.
Yeah, he used it very well both times he was able to earn it, making big plays exactly in that bunker hardpoint. I mean, he really went out for his team, able to do so much with the Purifier, just zoning out the other team from even getting close. And he was even able to earn streaks at the end. Not that it mattered, as, you know, they were closing it out at the